Well, hello, class. We're still here on the wonderful estate called Hyde Park, which is the home of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. A few minutes ago, we came from the main house. Here we are on the estate in the gardens, and this is actually where Franklin Roosevelt requested to be buried. He's uh, buried there along with his wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, historic person in her own right. I think we talked about her in relation to the Tuskegee Airmen and as a civil rights activist and as a leading feminist. And she's buried with him. She also had a home not too far from here, the Valkill. Um, and the beautiful gardens, you see the barns, they had horses here. Um, and I'll just leave you with a thought, in terms of my impressions of being here this afternoon and seeing the house and the museum and walking around the estate. The Roosevelts, as you know, were very wealthy, very privileged, very aristocratic family, very famous family, even before Franklin Delano Roosevelt became president. And this beautiful home was just one of their homes. In fact, it was their winter home. They had another large estate in California. They had a beautiful home and apartment in New York City. Of course, he went to Columbia and was governor of New York State. So for Roosevelt to be um, such a defining president to lead the country during its most difficult period of the 20th century through the Great Depression and through World War II, many people have wondered what gave Roosevelt this empathy to make him such a man of the people. Of course, when he ran for president in 1932, he ran on a platform of creating a New Deal. That was what it was called, the New Deal program. And a New Deal means to fundamentally rearrange, to create a new deal, a different relationship between the government and the people. And to create a government that was going to be more empathetic, a government that was going to care for its poor, its elderly, its weak, is shut out. What gave Roosevelt this empathy from a person of such aristocratic backgrounds? One of the things you get a sense of here is that as a young man, as a vital man, he was stricken with polio. And for the rest of his life was really paralyzed from the waist down. And many people, have suggested that he understood that sometimes bad things just happen to people. There was no logical explanation why a person who was so young, so strong, so ambitious would have, something like polio afflict him and be paralyzed for the rest of his life. And this gave him a fundamental empathy for the pain, the suffering, the struggles, the obstacles that people face, not only in the United States, but around the world. And I think that's a good lesson to come away with from this place. And I hope that you think about these things in our course and the questions that still remain about what should be the proper relationship between government and the people, and how should we understand and utilize the privileges that we all have. Take care, be well, hope you're enjoying the course.